The very first thing we need to do when knitting a project is cast on our stitches. Today I'm going to show you the long tail method to cast on. First I'm going to show you using straight needles, and then I will show you using circular needles. To do the long tail cast on with straight needles, you actually only need one needle, so you can go ahead and set the other one to the side. The long tail cast on is aptly named because you actually need a long tail to start. When we start another project with another kind of cast on, you only need a short tail, just long enough to weave in. But for long tail, you're going to need much longer. I like to pinch the yarn in my hand and pull a length all the way up to my shoulder. I like to do a shoulder length for every 20 stitches that I need to cast on. Since we're just practicing, I'm just going to do one arm length from the tips of my finger to my shoulder. Next, you will need to make a slip knot. If you need help making the slip knot, just go to the video linked in the description box below. Now we're ready to begin our long tail cast on. Pick up your needle and put it right into that slip knot loop. You're going to tighten up your slip knot until it just kisses the needle, but it isn't tight. You should be able to still slide it back and forth. When I placed my slip knot onto the needle, I did it so that the tail of the yarn is hanging out to the front and the ball of the yarn is hanging out to the back. That is important because we're going to run out of tail yarn if we don't do it the correct way. Now we need to get our hands set up for the long tail cast on, making sure that that tail yarn is in the front. With your left hand, you're going to grab onto both strands. With your pointer finger and thumb, you're going to split these strands. My tail yarn is still in the front and the yarn from the ball is still in the back. Let's do that one more time. Grab with your pointer finger and thumb, split. The next step is to turn this towards you and bring your needle down until you've created sort of what looks like maybe a deer head. You've got ears and you've got a face. So let's do those first three steps one more time. Grab, split, turn, and pull down. Now we're going to actually put some stitches onto our needle. We're first going to bring our needle up through the loop on our thumb. Then we're going to come around and grab the loop on our pointer finger. Then we're going to come back through that loop on our thumb, let it drop off of our thumb, and pull until it's even but not snug. That might have seemed like a lot, so let's go through all those steps again. Grab, split, turn, and pull down. All right, come up through the loop on your thumb. Around, grab the loop on your finger. Come back through the loop on your thumb. Let your thumb drop and pull to close. Each time you'll probably have to let go and readjust. Grab, split, turn, and pull down. Up through the loop on your thumb, around, grab the loop on your finger, come back through the loop on your thumb, drop off your thumb, and pull to close. Now let's do the long tail cast on with circular needles. You're going to need the whole set of the needles, but you can just choose whichever tip you want to start with. First, we need to make our long tail. So go ahead and grab onto that yarn, and I like to measure out a full arm's length from the tips of my fingers all the way to my shoulder for every 20 stitches that I need to cast on. Since we're just casting on a few stitches, I'm measuring out 1 arm's length to start. Then you're going to need to make a slip knot at that point. If you need help making a slip knot, just go to the link in the description box below. Now that you have your slip knot, you can pick up those needles and just grab one of the tips. The other tip and the cord are just going to dangle there. Just ignore them because they will feel a little bit in the way. Slide your needle tip through that slip knot and pull until the slip knot just kisses the needle, but it can still slip and slide. Now I was careful to make sure when I put the slip knot on that my tail yarn came to the front and my yarn from the ball is hanging to the back. It's important to have it oriented that way so that we don't run out of yarn. Now we're going to begin our longtail cast on. It starts with a setup. So with your left hand, go ahead and grab onto both strands of yarn. With your pointer finger and thumb, you're going to split those strands, making sure the tail yarn is still in the front and the yarn from the ball is still in the back. Let's do that one more time. Grab and split. Next, you're going to turn your hand towards you and then pull down. So let's do those first few steps again. Grab, split, turn, and pull down. What you get here is sort of like a deer's head. You've got ears or antlers and a face right here. We're going to be working from the thumb loop and the pointer finger loop. So with your needle tip, come up through the loop on your thumb, come around, grab the loop on your finger, come back through the loop on your thumb. You're going to let the loop drop off of your thumb and pull until it just closes but is not tight. All right, let's see that again. Grab, split, turn, and pull down. Now come up through the loop on your thumb, go around, grab the loop on your finger, come back through the loop on your thumb, let it drop off your thumb, and pull to close. Let's do it one more time. Grab, split, turn, pull down. Up through the loop on your thumb, around, grab the loop on your finger, come back through the loop on your thumb, drop off your thumb, and pull to close. Continue to work the longtail cast on until you reach the number of stitches that you need to make your project. When you go to count stitches, just spread them out on your needle and you can count them 1 or 2 at a time. Once you have all your stitches on the needle, you are ready to begin row 1 of your knitting project.